I'm scared. Loud noises. You're so strong. Man, they rounded these out. They had some weird sizes of springs on here. So, just do it right there. I always make sure it's a 16 foot, not a 14 foot, like somebody else I know, huh, Matthew? Yeah, after watching the video of Trapper doing the trim, him and I do it pretty much the same way. Then I always run a hand on the inside, start forming it out. Perfect. That was a misfire. No noises from you. Look how perfect. Just like me. Trying to decide if I want to switch out those end bearings. Trying to get the up nostril shot. So Matthew, remember what the key thing is with powder coated doors? Make sure of exactly where you put bolts, because it will peel off the paint wherever the bolts aren't. No excuses. Yeah, I think we should nail it out, don't you?
I don't want to swing a hammer at it.
Well, as long as we're careful putting the nails in, we're fine. I just gotta find my magnetic. Matthew, did you steal it? Hey, you know me, I'll always question you on it, and then I usually find it right after I accuse you. But here in the impact, take years of practice. Putting cables on, little tail, always goes to the inside. Doesn't make a huge difference, but it just sets us apart. We do things uniform, do things the right way. When moving ladders over glass doors, take everything off the top. You're gonna be doing a lot of editing on this, right? Okay.
You ready?
No, but let's do it anyways. All right, where are you sitting?
Give me 1 second.
One. Are you on wood?
Yeah, I'm about a 1/4 inch on wood.
Trim wood there?
Trim wood.
Perfect. Trim wood means the edge of the panel is sitting right on the edge of the trim and the wood. And you want to be able to communicate with the guy on the other side, so you're not going back and forth checking on each other right there. Nor on the edge of the panel, which is where we want to be. On full view doors, if you're nailing them up, you don't want to drive them into the panel. You just want to bend them over enough that it's going to hold the panel secure. And then keep garage space, yeet the cardboard out.
Oh, this is going to be pretty.
Oh yeah. Okay, left side has to go up, probably about 2 pieces of trim.
Oh, that's good.
Right there?
Yep.
Okay, so we're about 3/4 of an inch low on this side. One thing I hate about doing these, I get electrocuted every time. Static shock.
I would have been able to reach that one a lot faster if my arms were as long as yours. Just saying.
Well, he tries to race me every time we do it. Like, there's been times I've actually gone past mine and then Start cutting back to him.
Like, cheats.
Hey, there's no
Hey,
rules.
Tom Brady's it.
I was like, I can't get a grip.
Yeah, I saw that.
You get a grip. Did you eat your Wheaties today?
I had a breakfast burrito, but yeah.
I'm gonna double nail this top section. So this is what Trapper was talking about before, where the hole doesn't exactly line up where we need it. So this would be where we would start new hole. In the off chance you do break one off and it's deep enough in there, you can actually put a track nut on there. Since this is a heavier door, it's why I'm putting 4 in this top. We want to have about that gap because otherwise you have a chance of having cable grind when the door's open and closed. 369, damn near 5. One more time, get low, get low, get low, get low, get low, get low. And when I do this, I'll throw my 9/16 in first. That way I can let go and it's just resting on my shoulder. You did bring a bandsaw in, right? We'll just call this the track circumcision. Let's max it out. Why do we max it out, Mike? Just give us as much space as possible. Typically in 15-inch radius, we don't do that, but this is also gonna have an 8500 on it. So I wanna give us as much as we can so everything runs as smooth as possible. As sure as you don't. Never mind. I don't know why that. Might have to play back the footage to see. It's a fell, hit, boots and pants, boots and pants. There it is. So now we can see the center hang's going to be in the way. We can't get to the full width we need to be. And that starter hole always sucks. But if you're going from the back, you can usually get it in. I'm trying to make Matthew start laughing on camera. Matthew, why do we always use a self-tapper before we run a unibit in?
We don't run the
Very good. And then after we drill a hole, always run the finger through the track, get all the metal shavings out.
Why do we do that, Mike?
Because it can embed itself into the roller, and then your quiet nylon rollers are no longer quiet. Might help if I use the right socket though. And it's German. Good and tight. We'll figure out the whole spring situation here shortly. Got to put center hinges in. And I got this guy following me around, sticking a camera in my eyes. Now you can see these hinges are a lot different than all the other hinges we just put on the sides. These are more of a low profile. These are always going to be on a full view door. You got that line right there, which is where the sections are. You want your hinge to be right at the top of it. You also want this hinge to be in the center of that stile. You never want to get it fully tight because as soon as you tighten that down, it's going to kick up the hinge and then you're going to end up with scratches. The other thing I do is I put the one with 3 holes on the bottom, 2 holes on the top. That way it's uniform all the way across the whole door. And that's how the hinge looks. And he looks like he wants to chase me. You don't have to have these screws in there, but it just helps kind of keep that in style in place in case you ever have to do a panel swap. I think we should put the strut right below these windows on number 3, and then we'll put it up here. What I'm thinking, so this should sit right on the inside of that hinge. So Matthew, do you know why we have different struts than what we normally do on a normal door? Reason is, with those other struts, they would be going in front of the windows, which therefore would not give the look of a full view door from the outside.
It's a top fixture.
Yeah. Just throw those long legs at the top. Bottom should anchor into that.
Looks pretty good.
I know I do, but how's the spring look?
It's good. Fat sack in a super fly chicken armor.
So if you ever don't know how many winds to put on a spring, shows the size of springs and shows how many turns. And even though he's still setting it, I can start winding these because it's not connected to the shaft, so it's not messing with anything he's doing. Now, one thing I do on expensive doors, since he's setting that second spring, I'm going to keep a hand on the door. That way, when he tests out to make sure the door is balanced, if it's the wrong spring, it doesn't go shooting up. How does it feel?
Seems a little warm.
And how much you put on it? So we'll see how it runs.
Yeah, see how it runs.
I'll I'll scratch your lens. So I've already said this part's name a couple times. What is it? And what does it do? Nope. It monitors tension on the cable. Yeah, we're getting video of me. And that'll feed to the opener and tell the opener, hey, we need to shut down, there's an issue. We call this the tap test. What does the tap test tell us, Matthew? Because if you hear a rattle, obviously it's not tight. They plug in there, and then it'd be an external battery. Most people didn't go with it when they first came out with this model. When you tighten these down, you want to do them evenly. That way you don't have too big of a gap on one end or the other. So whenever you install 8500s, 8500Ws, or 98022s, make sure you have level on the outside to make sure it's plumb. You want it as straight as possible. Same thing with the spring line up above. This pops open. I typically always run this wire through first. This is part of your auto lock. So when your door closes, a lock will shoot into the track above one of the rollers.
Does this one have a lock on it?
Yeah, we just got to make a template. So I don't think I have any extra stickers. I don't know if Matthew still has the ones I gave him. Green and white. You have a green or white with a green stripe and nothing on the other one. Doesn't matter which one you put into which terminal up here, because all it needs to do is just complete a circuit. Now we need to try to run the power cord up how he had it. Now I need a piece of paper or something. There's our template. Just so we can get the door open to get the next hole marked. Standard track bolts. If the other ones are all stripped out, you want to make sure it moves in and out without it getting caught on any of the edge. If it gets caught on the edge, it's not going to want to release. So now we're ready to program. Now normally I'd have to have somebody at the wall station to help me, but since they already gave us the remote, press and hold the black button, LED light comes on. See how it's flashing slow? That is how you program the up travel. Okay, now that we got it set where we need to go up, we need to press the button on the remote, and then we press the purple button to stop it. Then we use the purple button to run the door closed. Once it's closed where we want it, as far as we can get it, then we press the button on the remote. It's going to run the door open.